Hello everyone, in this video let's see how we can really use ChatGPT to the best of its efforts to be our mock interviewer. First, open ChatGPT and start with a new chat window. Add your resume into the chat. So we are trying to feed in the information so that it can be a better interviewer rather than getting rejected somewhere where you will face the loss of a job. This is much better. Update your resume. So let's just see what it brings it up. Now, no need to go ahead and type in something. All you need to do is hit on this button. This will enable chat mode. Hello.
It looks like you're enabling chat mode now. How can I assist you?
Be my interviewer for the next 5 minutes. Give me 5 questions. After every question, wait for my answer. Only then ask the next question.
Absolutely. I'll wait for your response before moving to the next question. First question, can you briefly describe your experience with RPA development, specifically using UiPath?
I have developed more than 100 plus projects within my tenure as an RPA developer, and I have also led to the best of my efforts to get all the process and projects to move into the production and successfully delivered all the automations.
That's impressive. Second question, what are some of the most common challenges you faced while automating processes, and how did you overcome them?
There are multiple phases that we will face in each and every part of the life cycle of an RPA journey. Sometimes we may not get the best inputs from the business users. Sometimes we may have incorrect data that we must try to identify in the beginning. And when we try to automate some of the applications, few applications may not be able to automate. Along with that, we also need to see if we have both production environment, development environment, and QA environment to test the bots efficiently. We need to make sure the data is available at all the stages so that the production data is not affected, but still our automations can work in place. So even if there is a small change in the automation, the bots may fail. The best way or best efforts is to follow all the best practices and try to give the
That's a
best
thorough
solution.
explanation. Managing all those aspects is definitely challenging. Third question, how do you approach designing an automation workflow when given a new project?
I don't know this answer.
No problem. For designing an automation workflow, you can start by gathering all the requirements, understanding the process thoroughly, and then breaking it down into smaller steps. You create a process flow diagram, identify automation opportunities, and then design the workflow in UiPath using activities and logic based on the requirements. Testing and validation are also key parts before deployment. Ready for the next question?
Yes, please go ahead.
Fourth question, can you explain the difference between attended and unattended bots in UiPath?
That's easy. If you need a manual input from a user during the process execution, then those kind of automations are called attended users. Specifically saying if you need some automation where a human intervention or human input is required. Now, unattended automation on the other end doesn't require any human input. It runs completely on the automation logics that are pre-built on top of it, and it can start automatically and it can close and send the reports without any human or manual intervention.
Perfect explanation. Fifth question, what is your experience with integrating UiPath with other applications like SAP or CRM systems?
I've used multiple integrations, specifically with Office 365, Jira Cloud, and Salesforce. Along with that, I have also integrated GitHub and Teams applications. So I have done pretty good integrations. Now, there are two types of integrations that we can do: directly doing UI integration, UI based automation or integration. The other way is to work on with the APIs. In the latest UiPath services, we have something called integration service that will help the connector to always be there on the cloud, and all the automations that we use can use the same connector to make the authentication much more easier and flexible. Now, instead of you writing the complete API code, the connector will help you to directly add some inputs and it will give you the data. You just need to work and make sure the inputs are properly given to the integration service.
That's a very detailed response. It's clear you have solid experience with integrations. You did great in this mock interview. Is there anything else you'd like to practice or discuss?
Based on all the answers that I have given, if there are 2 things that I must improve. What are those?
Based on your answers, here are 2 areas you might consider improving. 1. Structured responses. While your answers are informative, adding more structure could enhance clarity. For example, breaking down complex answers into clear points can help the interviewer follow your thoughts more easily. 2. Process design insight. It might be beneficial to deepen your knowledge of designing workflows. Being able to clearly articulate your approach to design and testing, even if you're unsure now, will show your readiness for the role. Focusing on these areas can help you present yourself even more effectively in interviews. Would you like tips on how to work on these improvements?
No, thank you. But based on all the improvements, just give me 5 answers that you can write for the questions that you have asked. No need to read out, just give me your text.
Sure. Here are 5 refined answers based on your responses. 1. Experience with RPA development. I have developed over 100 RPA projects during my tenure as an RPA developer. I have successfully led these projects into production, ensuring that all automations were delivered effectively and met the business requirement. 2. Common challenges in automation. Throughout the RPA lifecycle, I often encounter challenges such as unclear inputs from business users and incorrect data. Additionally, some applications may not be automatable, and it's crucial to ensure that we have development, QA, and production environments set up properly to avoid impacting production data while testing our automation. 3. Approach to designing automation workflows. When starting a new project, I gather all requirements and thoroughly understand the current process. I break the process down into smaller components, create a process flow diagram, identify automation opportunities, and design the workflow using UiPath activities. I also prioritize testing and validation before deployment to ensure the solution works as intended. 4. Difference between attended and unattended bots. Attended bots require manual input during execution, meaning they need human intervention at certain points. In contrast, unattended bots run autonomously without any human input, executing tasks based on pre-built automation logic and can handle processes like generating reports independently. 5. Experience with integrating UiPath with other applications. I have successfully integrated UiPath with applications like Office 365, Jira Cloud, and Salesforce, as well as with GitHub and Teams. I use both UI-based and API-based integration methods. With the latest UiPath services, I leverage cloud connectors that simplify authentication and streamline the integration process, allowing for efficient data handling without extensive API coding. Let me know if you need any adjustments or additional details.
That's a perfect interview. Along with this, you can also see all the transcript that's available while you are speaking. Now, how can you use this? Instead of you directly reading in your mind, stating that, okay, I know it's a specific answer, let's go ahead and speak it out. That's how you will be able to pronounce some words properly. Even if you try to remember few words, you will be able to structure them properly at the later stages. That's how I'm using it. Let's hope you too will use it.